Calculate square footage. Does math make you feel sick? Sad to say, you can never escape using mathematics in your daily life. Just like now that you have to calculate the square footage maybe of your room or your garden. Knowing how to do this simple calculation will be very helpful. It's time to face this challenge and learn something new about math. After all, it is not difficult to calculate the square footage. You might even find it fun. Calculating the square footage means computing the area by foot. Doing the calculation is not difficult, but taking the right measurement might be. The formula for getting the square footage of a rectangle is different from the formula for triangles or circles. Rectangle: to get the square footage of a rectangle, square, or anything with 4 sides, you simply have to multiply the length and the width. Get the length of the room and its width. Round the measurement to the nearest foot or half foot for more accurate measurement. For instance, instead of saying 5 feet and 4.8 inches, jot it down as 5.5 feet. Multiply the length and the width. For this, we will use the following data: length, L, equals 15 feet and width, W, equals 7 feet. Square footage equals L x W equals 15 feet x 7 feet equals 105 square feet, sq foot. Therefore, the room is 105 sq foot big. Triangle: calculating a right triangle is easier than the irregular triangle. A right triangle has 90-degree angle. You can say that a triangle is right if one side is perfectly similar to letter L. Measure the triangle's base. This is the shorter line that is attached to the triangle's right angle. Measure the height. This is the longer line attached to the shape's right angle. Multiply the figures. Remember, get the measurement in foot and round the measurement to the nearest foot or half foot. For this, try to use the following data: base, B, equals 8 feet and height, H, equals 12 feet. Multiply these numbers and the 0.5. So, square footage equals B, H, 0.5, equals 8 feet, 12 feet, 0.5, equals 48 sq foot. Therefore, the triangle is 48 sq foot big. For non-right triangles, use the shortest and longest line for the base and height, respectively. Circle: calculating the square footage of a circle is much more difficult than the two other shapes. But at least, doing so is not as difficult as calculating more complicated problems. Get the radius of the circle. The radius is the distance from the outside of the circle to the circle's center. It is 1/2 of the circumference. Measure the radius by feet. Get the square of the radius. So, if the radius is 6 feet, then you have to multiply it by itself. Therefore, 6 feet x 6 feet equals 36 feet multiplied by pi. The square of the radius should be multiplied to pi, which is equivalent to 3.1416. Therefore, 36 feet, 3.1416, equals 11.0976 square feet. Scientific calculators and even some basic calculators have the pi symbol. Simply press that and its equivalent will show up. Irregular shapes. What if the room has a combination of rectangle, triangle, and circle shapes? To calculate irregular shapes, divide the room to the basic shapes. Get their respective square footage and add them all up to get the total area. Put what you've just learned into practice. Measure more rooms in your house now. Only by practicing that you can learn the application.